Hey everyone, and welcome back to this explainer. Today we're diving into a really high-stakes, adrenaline-fueled topic that is honestly going to fundamentally change how you view the obstacles in your life. We're breaking down the specific mindset you need to navigate extreme adversity. We're talking about what it takes to keep going, even when you literally cannot see what's right in front of you. So let's just dive right in.
Picture this for a second. You're NASCAR driver Carl Edwards. You're rocketing down the track, right? And suddenly there's a massive crash just up ahead. All you can see is this giant, impenetrable cloud of smoke. You're doing 150 miles per hour, completely blind. You have no idea if you're about to slam into a car that's already crashed, dead stop, right in your path. It is an utterly terrifying worst-case scenario. But what does he do? In that split second, Edwards' champion instinct just kicks right in. He says, you gotta keep looking ahead, you can't flinch when there's an accident in front of you, you gotta drive right through it. Instead of freezing in terror or slamming on the brakes, his immediate answer is to just barrel straight through the smoke. And guys, this completely sets up our core concept for today.
All right, section 1, driving through the smoke, which is really the ultimate metaphor for success.
You know, that smoke cloud on the racetrack, it's perfectly representing the terrifying uncertainties of real life. Look, it's just human nature to be terrified of driving blind, of not knowing what's waiting for us in the chaos. But the source material we're looking at highlights the absolute necessity of radical faith. If you barrel through that uncertainty, there is a gift, or at least a really crucial lesson, waiting on the other side. You just have to push through without any guarantee of how it's going to turn out.
Moving right along to section 2. Running toward the fear and confronting what actually scares you.
So there's this wild paradox when dealing with the things that terrify us the most. When you run from what scares you, the fear actually grows. It gets bigger in your mind. But when you choose the exact opposite approach, literally running directly toward it and facing it head-on, something totally amazing happens. That confrontation creates a very specific kind of tension. And it's exactly that tension that produces greatness.
To actually win here, you've got to understand the playbook fear uses against us. It's really just an illusion that tries to hijack your internal dialogue. It pushes you toward negative thoughts, makes you speak to yourself with a voice of defeat, and ultimately, it just tries to convince you to give up because the road is too hard. You have to actively, consciously decide to completely ignore it.
And doing that requires a massive mental shift. It's the attitude of, I ain't gotta see it out here, as long as I can see it here. The sources really hammer home this idea that true reality and success, they have to be visualized in your own mind way before they ever manifest in the physical world. Your internal vision has to be vastly stronger than whatever crazy external reality you're currently facing.
Which brings us to section 3, taking ultimate ownership and redefining the trial.
Okay, so this is where we really challenge ourselves to flip the script on obstacles. It's a process called dissecting the trial. The whole philosophy here argues that hardships aren't just these negative things you need to run away from. Instead, you have to break the hardship down, literally dissect it, and pull out the knowledge or the new abilities it was specifically sent to teach you.
And that ties perfectly into one of the most counterintuitive points we're covering today, the phrase, "It's my fault." Now, normally we avoid saying this like the plague, right? But here, it's actually a massive declaration of power. Because think about it, when you blame someone else, you literally hand over control of your life to them. Taking absolute ownership guarantees you never surrender your ultimate control to anybody.
So the mandate here is incredibly simple but powerful. Go get to the giant before the giant gets to you. The core message is, frankly, to stop complaining and focus 100% on solutions. Don't sit around waiting for the giant to knock on your door. You proactively go out, attack your problems, and fight until you secure that victory.
Let's move into section 4, silencing the dream crushers and protecting your vision.
If you're going to protect your vision, you've got to ruthlessly audit the toxic elements in your life. You have to cut out the energy drainers and the dream busters. I mean, people who laugh at your vision will actively kill your forward momentum. And the sources make a pretty harsh but totally necessary point. You have to stop looking to other people for support. Completely discard their opinions and find that validation entirely inside yourself.
But why is all that internal strength so absolutely crucial? Well, because of this truth. Legends aren't defined by their successes. They're defined by how they bounce back from their failures. The source material shares this incredibly raw anecdote from motivational speaker Les Brown. He talks about literal nights sleeping on the cold floor of his office in the Penobscot building in Detroit. It was incredibly rough. People laughed at him. He questioned himself, wondering if he was just completely wasting his time. But the takeaway is that those massive lows, they were an absolute prerequisite for his massive highs.
To get through those profound lows, you have to adopt what's called the lion approach. Just think about a lion out in the wild. A lion never retreats. It doesn't walk backwards for anything. And this perfectly illustrates the resilience required of true legends. Regardless of the rejection or the laughter, you simply flat out refuse to back up. Implementing this takes a brilliant little mental reframe. When you're facing intense rejection day in and day out, the natural instinct is to just sigh and say, "Man, I had a bad day." The source material challenges us to completely wipe that phrase from our vocabulary. Instead, you say, "I had a character-building day." You have to view it as necessary growth.
All right, Section 5, Armoring Your Mind with Daily Tactics for Resilience.
So when life inevitably knocks you down to the mat, you need an actual, concrete procedure. Step 1, dry your tears. You just don't have the luxury of feeling sorry for yourself. Step 2, get busy doing your research and hunting for the solution. And step 3, get into a fighting mode. You take charge and you stand up inside of yourself. You've got to remember this. Healing takes place first in the spirit. What does that mean? Well, it means that before any external problem can be solved out there in the real world, the fix has to happen internally first. You have to tell yourself, "I can do this. I will not be defeated." You mobilize your mind and your spirit first, recognizing that you are simply not going out like this.
And to keep that spirit strong, you need some serious daily habits to build up heavy mental armor. We're talking meditation, journaling, affirmations, and declarations. You've got to nurture your beliefs so intensely every single day that when people doubt you or ridicule you, all that negativity just bounces right off. And that really brings us to our final overarching question today. Are you going to be a volunteer victim, or are you going to drive through the smoke? Look, you can let the fear of the unknown completely paralyze you and just stay safely on the sidelines. Or you can slam on the gas, run toward the fear, and trust that you're going to figure it out on the other side. The decision is entirely yours to make today. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and remember, whatever happens, always keep driving forward